Hola, good people. I am Sam, and welcome back to We Are the New Normal. Thank you again for coming to see me today on this Tuesday. Yesterday was crazy. I actually tried to record this video 3 times yesterday, and I actually managed to get through it 3 entire times. And every time I looked at the video, there was something wrong that made it where I couldn't put the video up. Like, they just didn't want me to say what I had to say. I didn't think it was that crucial, but here we go again. I'm going to try to get through this today and hopefully get this video up for everybody today. So today, as like yesterday, I just wanted to talk about doing for yourself. Making yourself a priority. And I mean, people talk about that all the time, but the thing that kind of motivated me to talk about it was having a conversation with my daughter, and she was kind of frustrated with herself, kind of being hard on herself because she felt like the things that she knew she needed to do, she just wasn't motivated to do them. And it was frustrating her that, she would write her list for the day for things that needed to get done, and just inevitably there would be things that just didn't get done. And I have a rule that, when I make my to-do list for the day, I, put the things on there that I need to get done. And if there's anything on the list that doesn't get done, it gets popped on the top of the list for the next day. So she does the same. And so I was asking her, let's look at the list and let's see, what are those things that keep getting pushed to next day's list. And when we went through her list, it ended up being all of the things that she needed to do for herself. And that is why, more specifically, she was getting, frustrated with herself and being hard on herself, because it was the things that she needed to do for herself that she kept neglecting. So she, was like, why, I just can't get this done and I can't do it. And, she felt like she was the only one, and, that no one else has that struggle. So I was just trying to let her know that definitely she is not the only one who has that struggle. And it reminded me of a Bible verse that my mom had shared with me a long, long time ago. And actually it's two, and I had to write them down. So the first one is Romans 7:15, and it says, I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not. But what I hate, I do. And Romans 7:19 says, for I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep doing. So I don't consider myself a religious person. I do consider myself a student of learning, a spiritual person. And of course, any religion, any doctrine, any book has pertinent information. So I shared that information with her to show her that way from back in the beginning of time, that people have struggled with doing the things that they know they need to do. It's just an internal struggle that we have. So she was like, just why though? Why is it that, she can't seem to be motivated to do these certain things? So I thought about it, and I had a couple, theories as to why it is that those certain things that she felt that she needs to do keeps getting pushed to, the next list. So one of the things is, very simply, it's easier to just avoid it. As I've said in another video, we are guided to do things by pretty much two main principles. Either we are seeking pleasure or avoiding pain. So most times when you, put something off the list for the next day, it is because you are avoiding it, because you feel like it's not going to be pleasurable, it's going to be tedious, it's going to be difficult, and so you push it aside and you do the easier things first. Pretty simple, right? Secondly, as to why it was the things that she had to do for herself that continued to be on the list, that is because when you have things that you need to do for other people, when you don't do them, you pretty much get instant consequences. You say you're going to pick somebody up. If you don't do that, you're going to get that call or that text like, hey, where are you? You're going to get attitude. They're going to be upset, rightfully so. anything that you have to do, that you have committed to do for someone else, and you don't do it, you pretty much get, an instant reminder that you said you were going to do it and you fell short. Nobody wants to deal with that. So most of the time we are pushed and forced and, motivated to do the things for other people because we don't want to disappoint anyone. We don't want to deal with that person's attitude. We don't want to deal with the consequences of not doing it. So on the other hand, those things that you have to do for yourself, you put them aside because are you going to fuss with yourself necessarily? I mean, you kind of do, but then you can just be like, just whatever, and just, sleep it off, go to sleep, do something else, be distracted, and just, reason with yourself as to why it was okay you didn't do it. Oh, you're tired. You had a long day, girl. You did so many, just kick your feet up. Don't worry about that thing on the list. Just kick your feet up and relax. You've deserved it. So it is easy for us to reason with ourselves or ignore ourselves or just brush it aside for ourselves because the consequence seemingly is less painful than when we choose not to do things for other people. But that is not the truth. You will find that the more that you put your shit off the list, the more you get upset with yourself. Lastly, daily, everyone has pretty much an energetic budget. We have a certain amount of physical energy that we can expend in a 24-hour period. And if you take all of your energy every single day and you exhaust your bank of energy on making sure that things get done for everyone else, it's just gonna naturally get to a point where you don't have time to do those things for yourself, or you don't have the energy to do those things for yourself once you've spent all of your time and energy on doing things for other people. This led me to tell her that in our efforts to love ourselves, if you are in the journey of learning to love yourself, trying to increase your self-esteem, trying to increase how you feel about yourself, then putting yourself consistently at the bottom of the list definitely contributes to why you don't feel good about yourself. And just think about it this way. If you had a friend, coworker, anyone, and you consistently showed them that you put them last or second or got to them whenever, how would they feel about that small, non-important, not worth, you putting them first on the list? It's the same thing with yourself. If you consistently put importance on everyone else's needs, tasks, requests, whatever, and you can always reason as to why you don't need to do what you need to do for yourself, then yourself is taking note of that, and yourself feels undervalued, unimportant. And that is the basis of your self-esteem, is how you feel about you, how your inside feels about how the outer you treats it. And in addition to you making yourself feel bad, you are now setting an example to other people about how you can be treated. For example, let's say you're at work and, the sun is so coming up. You're at work and, your coworkers see you as someone that they can depend on. You can always go to so-and-so to get that done. Oh, she'll do it for you. And they see you all day long from 9 to 5, ripping and running. You're busy, but you're busy all day making sure that you get done all of the things that you said that you would do for and with other people, other coworkers. Then when it gets to the end of the day, they don't see you at all anytime during the day, just sitting at your desk alone doing your work. You're always like a chicken with your head cut off, running around doing everything else for everyone else's deadline or request or help that they needed from you. And you spend your whole 9 to 5 helping everybody else, and then maybe you're the type of person that you stay after, you put in overtime, and that's the time that you dedicate to getting the shit done for yourself that you should have included in your regular work day. your coworkers see that. So when it comes to how they interact with you, and you say, okay, let's say you ask Johnny to make sure that tomorrow, let's say a certain something was taken inventory of because you need those numbers to include in something and blah, blah, blah. Okay, you've asked Johnny to help you with something. Johnny's had a very busy day, and so it's coming down to the end of Johnny's day, and he's not like you. So he's like, you know what, I give you 9 to 5 and I'm going home. I'm not doing this overtime. And it's getting down to the wire and it's getting close to quitting time. And he's like, I said I was going to help Sam do so and so and so. He was like, but yeah, I could tell her tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. She'll be all right. She won't mind, because that's what you do to yourself. That is how you treat yourself. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, I'll get to it tomorrow. You are setting the example for how people understand that you will allow yourself to be treated. If people keep treating you that way, putting you second, putting you bottom, getting to you whenever, how big are you going to feel? So all of these are hits to your self-esteem that makes it more of a challenge for you to love yourself simply by not placing importance on the things that you need to do for yourself. Do the things that you need to do for yourself. And I know that a lot of times we do for other people for several reasons. Some people just don't like to say no. Some people feel like saying no somehow makes people think less of them. Well, the reality of the situation is people are not impressed with you because you always say yes. They're not impressed with you. They're not like, oh my gosh, she'll do anything. They're like, oh my gosh, she'll do anything. Ask her, she'll say yes. Nobody else will say yes, but she'll say yes. Is that the kind of person or the type of image that you're trying to create for yourself? Someone that's just the anybody type of person? Or are you the type of person, or would like to be the type of person, that has no problem with being straightforward, being honest? You know, I'm a stickler for saying what you mean and meaning what you say, and being upfront and honest, and being able to say no, and not in a nasty way, but a legitimate no. There really, a lot of times we feel like we can't say no because people will look at us whatever. And also, we feel like if we have to say no, we have to have some sort of valid reasoning behind it as to why we should say no. No in itself is a complete sentence. You gave me a choice. You asked me a question, and the choices that I could have responded would be yes or no. I chose no. And that's it. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you anything except for upfront, decisive, and straightforward. And that is definitely respected. When people don't have to come to you and read between the lines or try to read your mind and get it wrong, they definitely appreciate you being straightforward. Now, you don't have to be rude, but you don't owe anyone an explanation. If let's say, if coworkers want to go out after work and you're just like, no, thank you. That's enough of an answer. I don't have to tell you that, I planned on going home and scrubbing my toilet and cleaning my bathroom. So that's enough of a reason. No was a choice that you had. You chose no instead of yes, and they should be okay with that. It does not make you a bad person. So people will see you as someone that they know you will get a straightforward answer from. That is respected. Even though you have to say no, people will understand. She has a life. She has a family. She has a schedule. She has to take time for herself. She needs to sleep. She needs to eat. There's nothing wrong with saying no. It makes you more of a respected person to be choosy on how you spend your energy and straightforward when it comes to people requesting that of you. So saying yes all the time does not make you look good, does not make you feel good. How many times have you said yes to somebody and it gets to that day, you're like, why the hell did I tell them yes? Why didn't I just say no? If you continue to say yes when you want to say no, that is yet another shot to your self-esteem. You are telling yourself once again that what you want is not important. What the things that other people want are more important. When you consistently do that to yourself, why would you have any motivation to then try to do something for yourself? So, simply make time for yourself. Save energy for yourself, or dedicate the best part of your energy to getting done what you need to do for yourself. If you're concerned about helping other people, you continually neglect yourself, you won't even have the energy or the health or the motivation or the mental capacity to help anyone else, because you've neglected yourself so much that you're just useless. So if you want to be good to others and be good to yourself, the number one rule is make sure that what you have to do for yourself, you get done. Get it done. It will make the person on the inside of you feel valued, feel important, and therefore your self-esteem raises. You keep putting yourself second, putting yourself at the bottom of the list, self-esteem goes down. All right? Whenever self-esteem goes down, so does motivation and everything else. So we want to keep it high. We want to feel good about ourselves. We want to feel that sense of achievement and accomplishment to tell ourselves that we can do that, and surprise ourselves sometimes with the things that we can accomplish, so it gives us motivation to try new things that we may not think that we can actually do. All right? So hopefully we'll get through this video and I'll get it up today. I hope that actually helps someone be a little bit more motivated and to think about themselves as their star player and putting themselves first, so that they can also help others if that's your desire. Being a yes man, yes woman is not where your respect lies. All right? Being straightforward, taking care of yourself and others is where your respect lies. Therein lies your motivation as well. When people start to see how they can take you, and you start to see how people treat you, you're like, oh, okay, all right. And it fuels further movement on that path. All right? So the gem I want to drop on you today is by Oprah Winfrey. She said, if you undervalue what you do, then the world will undervalue who you are. Let that melt. I hope that means something to someone, help somebody today. Of course, if any of these videos have helped you or anyone else, please press the like button, the thumbs up. Definitely subscribe so you know when I drop videos. It's supposed to be every Monday, but today was on Tuesday. A couple Tuesdays. We're not going to make it a habit. And subscribe so that you know when I drop videos. And if you think it can help someone else today, share it. I would love to help as many people as I can through this journey, help them get through with a smile, and increase their confidence, boost their morale, boost their motivation, and help them to succeed in anything that they desire. So thank you once again, everybody, for coming to see me. Caught my sunshine. Maybe that's why this video didn't come out yesterday. Yesterday was a doomy, gloomy day. It rained the entire day. Maybe it was waiting for me to get a shot of my sunshine and share that with you guys today. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for coming to see me today and all other days. I hope you continue to see me, and I hope that what I share with you helps you in your life. And remember, you are good people. Have a good life.